Hi everyone, this video is not going to be focusing so much on card making as it is on a brand new product called Glimmer Alphabet by Spellbinders. I'm going to begin by foiling the alphabet. You can see that there are two foiling plates with half the alphabet on each one. I'm using gold foil, which is placed shiny side down on top of the foil plates. After the clear plate, I'm going to use copy paper folded in half and then the shim. And yes, you can see I did forget to put the cardstock in. And voila, I have foiled my plate once again. Not the first time and won't be the last time. And so of course I had to do it again. Whenever there's a fair amount of foiling area, I like to include the copy paper folded in half. It just adds a touch more pressure to make sure that there's a nice consistent result. I have just a touch of overfoiling on the letter M, so I'll use the sand eraser, just the tip of it, not a lot of pressure, just to lift that off. The Glimmer alphabet set comes with 2 foil plates and coordinating dies. If you purchase the bundle, you will also get the accompanying stencil. I don't want to color all of the letters, so I'm going to use some post-it note tape and I'll mask off the letters that I'm going to use for a sentiment on a card. Because I'm working in such a small area, I found it easiest to use a dauber. A small blending brush would work equally as well. And I'll just lift the post-it note tape off and I'll reuse it for each of the letters that I color in for the sentiment hugs. Between coloring each letter, I do clean off the stencil with a baby wipe. Masking and coloring just the letters that I needed for the sentiment I felt would give me maximum flexibility. I already had the cards made that I would be using this alphabet to create sentiments for, so I knew exactly what I needed. When I plan to use my hot foil system, I kind of go on a binge, so I did up this alphabet several times. The alphabet was foiled 3 times on the white cardstock. I knew that I could make good use of these letters in future cards. I love the idea that I'm not limited to just a white alphabet. I can tailor it to the color that I need at the time. And while I was at it, I chose one of my favorite colors that I use often, and that is soft pink. And so I did 3 alphabets foiled in gold on that cardstock as well. And now for the die cutting. You'll notice that around each of the 2 sets of alphabets that there are foiled lines. Those are registration marks to aid in lining up the die. This is super easy to do, and then I use just a little bit of low-tack tape to hold my die in place so as it goes through the die cutter, nothing slips out of position. And then it is just run through the die cutter. And just like that, there's a full alphabet set. I really like the size of the letters of this alphabet, and I actually really like that they're lowercase as well. Somehow a sentiment that is in lowercase just has a less formal look to it. And after I've pulled out my colored sentiment, then the rest of the letters will be stored in a little snack Ziploc bag. And then I'll just go ahead and die cut the rest of the alphabet sets that I foiled, and I'll have lots of lettering to create custom sentiments whenever I want them. I love it when a product gives you maximum flexibility. This can be foiled on white or colored cardstock. Color can be added to it, whether it's on colored cardstock or white, to customize it to exactly what you want. And if what you want is a sentiment with a cleaner, more simpler look, the dies can be used on their own. I like having things on hand, so of course I had to die cut the alphabet 3 times. And like my white and pink foiled alphabets, this one is also stored in a Ziploc bag, all ready for future use. Spellbinder's Glimmer alphabet is part of the Sealed for Summer collection. If you're interested in how I've made the cards that I'm highlighting the Glimmer alphabet on, visit my blog at bonniecarolee.com. As always, I appreciate your visit.